I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme.
Get on up.
It's
It's
podcast
bobsled
time.
Oh.
I changed it on you.
Shit. Now I look like a fool. I understand. I see what you did. And that makes sense because he starts it originally as the push cart. So it makes sense.
Time.
Yeah, it is changeable to the situation. I'm the idiot. I should have seen that coming. Man.
I could have clued you in before I did it.
No, it's better this way. Again, as the reason we drink in the first place
communication is key.
No, the reason we drink in the first place is to keep this more like real reactions. Yep. If you tell me, then we wouldn't be having this conversation.
That's fair.
And unlike last week where I said nobody knows what movie from what our silly intro was, if you don't know what we're doing from our silly intro this time, shame on you. I don't care how old you are.
Can't be friends.
Because this...
I know a 3-year-old that's seen this movie.
Yeah. This is a classic. This is great. This is
unlike last week where we had like the obscure Disney movie. Like
this is a Disney
big one.
Yeah, this is Disney and everybody knows it's Disney. It's good. It's a big movie.
It's cool runnings.
Just so that way we got the official out there now.
Because we tend to do that. Forget to even mention what we're talking about.
So, Cool Runnings. Again, I don't know what to say before we start because I feel like if we get started with this one, the plot is pretty quick, simple, and easy. If we say much now, we're way ahead of the game. So I think we just go ahead and get into the beer. Yeah. Right? Bo.
We're doing our own Sawstone Brewing here in town. It's not the heat, it's the Humidity Mango Habanero IPA.
And the reason for that, if you don't know, again, it means you've not watched the movie because it's one of the funniest lines from John Candy when they all open the door and feel how cold it is. It's not the heat, it's the humidity that'll get you.
And then Sanka has to go like put on all of his fucking clothes.
And it's a pricelessly funny line because, again, it's not even hot. It's cold. It's cold. Although it
would have made sense to say it in Jamaica because it's like a tropic.
And it would have even made sense if he would have taken the common phrase and flipped it to say it's not the cold, it's the humidity. Because, again, their bigger problem than the cold was the snow and the, like seeing your breath freeze.
Sanka, are you smoking? No, I'm freezing.
Yes. So they could have even flipped it. But it is extra hilarious to hear him say it's not the heat right before standing into the coldest temperature.
He's fine. He's got like a hat and like a overcoat. So like a suit one.
Now, I can't know this for sure, but I will say that part of the reason for that is most likely because they did really film in Calgary. That is nice. They were on location in Calgary for filming that part. John Candy's from Canada.
Oh, so he's Canadian. He's like, this is a brisk Tuesday.
That might have literally been what he wore for that day.
The entire film crew's just freezing to death.
And John Candy's like,
just pussies.
I'm glad to be home.
It's like, it's a bit warm today, guys. Shut up, John.
So it's quite possible, for sure. All right, we've already started with our actors. Let's go ahead and get into this. I mean, we love Sawstone. This is great.
Oh, it's really good. Very mango-y.
I said we should get started, and I immediately pulled it backwards. That's my fault. I'm just excited. I'm excited to start talking about this one and to fix our error from the last 2 weeks where we've been too drunk for our own good
to really talk about the movie.
Forrest Gump, we were too drunk for our own good, but we did good. Last week, we love you guys at Voodoo Ranger, New Belgium, but geez, that 11%, definitely.
Drop it by like 1. Give it a 10.
Well, and it also might be our fault that we went in after drinking booze the week before, being like, it doesn't matter how strong the beer is, we'll be okay. But anybody who actually watched Rocket Man, I apologize.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, we got a little off track a couple of times.
I was drunk brain going this way and that, man.
But we both. Last week, again, if you listen to the episode, this is also my time. I apologize to the people. Now I will apologize to you, Bo. I did keep saying it was only you. It was not only you. It was maybe mostly you, but I definitely had fault in it.
It's cool.
So this week, though, we have rededicated
Yes.
to ourselves before we started, and now to you while we're here. We are going to be more on track.
Moderation is the name of the day.
But so, yes, this beer is a lot better for that. We do, I think, need to say the habanero of it all is not that bad because Bo will attest to this. We've done one other
Oh,
beer
God.
that's had pepper in it
The Nacho Libre episode.
with the nacho bait
Yeah.
from the Country Boy.
That was just straight heat.
It was fire. It was hot. It was
It
crazy
hurt.
hot. But this is, and I told you in that episode that was abnormal.
Yeah.
This is what usually is. This
this
is what
one's
I was
good. This
expecting.
is mostly mango, and then like 30 seconds later, the back of your throat's like
tingly.
it's
It's
like,
not even like it's not even hot. There's no like
There's a-
heat. There's just like
there's
this.
a warmth.
There's like a tingling sensation. Yeah, like you have an icy hot on your neck.
Yeah, there
Right?
you go. Oh no, I swallowed Ben Gay.
But yeah, so this is good. Now we should move on after me and my dumb backtracking there. Yeah, let's get started with this. So we will start with our director like we always do. This is you're gonna laugh at the name.
Okay.
John Turtletaub.
Yeah.
John Turtletaub. I know you, and I knew that was gonna make you laugh.
Is he turtly enough for the turtle club, you think?
He's not.
Turtle.
I don't. Maybe you should. I'll show you a picture of the guy.
Does he
He's
look like a turtle?
not like an actual turtle, but maybe like the reference you were just making. Turtle. Yeah, he maybe looks a little bit like that. Maybe.
No wonder he's aptly named then.
But yeah, so John Turtletaub is our director. I will go ahead and say this: he was not the first choice of director. They had several that they were going to do before
search
him.
for the turtle.
So they were going to do maybe a different kind of movie. Not quite as silly comedy like this. They were
So,
going to go a
like
little bit more serious.
Like an actual, like more what actually happened kind of story.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. I think that's one that we'll save for when we're talking about the movie. But yeah, this it is. We'll say now
More
it is-
faithful adaptation.
Yeah, this is a inspired by true events, not based on true events.
yeah.
Like the wording there is very key, right?
My lawyer has informed me that this is the best way to do this.
Yeah.
you know?
It's 100% one of those. And so like when there was maybe a slightly more true to real life, they had a couple other directors because they would have done better for that type of movie.
Yeah.
But then so some left and some decided. And I mean, when I say there were several, I mean it. There were like 3, I think. I've got their names. Don't ask me what they did. This is not one of the. I didn't do a deep dive on everybody who was at any point
saw
attached.
the list.
Yeah, I saw the list. So we have Brian Gibson, Jeremiah Chechik, and Fran Rubel Kuzi. Kuzui. I'm glad he wasn't the actual
Yeah,
director, so
God.
that way I'm not really offending fans of Cool Runnings by getting his name wrong.
How dare you mispronounce the koozie?
But so after none of those people stuck, it did finally land on Turtletaub. Turtletaub, known for a few movies, and I'm gonna give away a little bit of the behind the scenes. I don't always tell Bo a lot of the things people have done, but today I definitely told him most of the things that
Yeah.
writers and stuff were attached to. And I'm saying that now so that way he also doesn't go overboard with the kayfabe of pretending. But this is for real. I did not tell you.
you didn't tell me
I didn't
this
tell
one?
you I didn't tell you a single movie that this guy directed. So let me
Oh.
tell you the movies that this guy had directed. He directed While You Were Sleeping. You know that one? Sandra Bullock and she's got
yeah,
a
I've seen
boyfriend
that one. Yeah,
who's
I've
like in
seen
the
that one.
coma or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a great one.
My sister loves Sandy B. I've seen all those movies.
Okay, so again, a lot of people at home maybe don't know that one, but he also did Phenomenon. You know the John Travolta.
Yeah, or
He can spin
Spin
he's
the
got He had a
sunglasses.
tumor, or maybe he didn't. You know, it's because it's one of those movies
Yeah.
where it's like your interpretation is your interpretation.
made him psychic.
Do you think he had a tumor and it was make believe, or was he really powerful, or was he always that way, or doesn't the movie even like do a thing where it's like did the power lines right there's
I don't
there's a lot
remember.
of weirds. That movie
It's a
covers a
weird
lot
movie.
of ground.
I was
right?
too young to go watch that movie and understand it. I
but
just remember seeing it and being like, "Whoa!"
Turtletaub does have one credit that's gonna blow your mind. And this is the part where I'm glad that I didn't tell you every single thing about everybody because I can't wait to see this blow your mind. He was the director of Three Ninjas. The original.
Oh,
not the sequels.
the
not
first one?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. We need to do those. We need to, for once, we need to start at the beginning and go through all of them because they get progressively worse.
Now on to the couple that I did tell you about. So he did The Kid, the Bruce Willis one.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
He also did, this is the fun part, and this is why I had to tell Bo, because it was wild to me that we stumbled onto such a coincidental thing, but he is also the director of National Treasure. And last week we had the writer.
Yeah, the writer of National Treasure.
Treasure. What a coincidence. Now, on to that, though, this guy did direct the second one. And you don't like that one. No, that's why I'm telling you. Like, at least the writer only wrote the first one.
Okay.
This guy directed both of them.
First one's better.
Well, 100%.
There's a reason there's not a third one. Just saying.
But now on to the really wild part. The National Treasure was already kind of like, how do we do that week by week?
Wow. It's almost, you'd think we tried to do this shit.
Planned it. And now the next one is the part that I had to tell Bo I was too giddy about, and it was all kind of connected. He is also the executive producer of Rocket Man that we just covered last week. 100% coincidence.
Yeah, because we don't talk about producers or anything. So
yeah, we never talk about
it's not like he was mentioned last week.
I only even saw that he was the producer for Rocket Man because, like, writer wasn't his top credit on IMDb.
Yeah.
They showed the producers. And it, again, Rocket Man was right at the bottom of his producer list. And then I got to the directing list and I was like, what?
Wait, hang on.
But yeah, not even just producer, executive producer for Rocket Man. What are the chances? What are the chances?
He got that big check.
Like, we threw darts at a dartboard for movies 2 weeks in a row.
We literally did. We're just staring at the menu at Sawstone like, that'd be a good
What can we do?
Yeah,
that looks great. One. And somehow we ended up doing this weird, amazingly connected connection.
Right.
So good. That was just one of those things where you guys will have to forgive me for being overly excited and telling Bo.
Because it's a connection.
It's a wild connection. Like, sometimes we do things that are loosely connected to what we've done.
It's never just like, oh, fuck, we literally just did that.
We just did it, and it's the executive producer of that. I mean, that was, I don't know. Everybody at home, sound off. Do you think that's a wild connection? I feel like that's a wild connection.
It feels like we planned it.
It does.
Like, I feel like no matter how much we tell them.
How many of you believe us?
Yeah, there you go. That's the better thing.
Because it's true.
Thumbs up if you believe we didn't plan this.
Now we'll do our writers. And so we have 4 writers for this. And you remember, this is Bo. Bo's the one. It
usually means it's going to be a bad movie.
And we already have established this was not a bad movie.
No, this is a great movie.
We have... We'll start at the top. Michael Ritchie. He is the story writer.
So not like he's the one who took the true story and made it into a movie.
And most likely made that original version that was a little bit more based on those true events. And so he is a guy, he's only written 2 other movies. I'm not even going to bother saying them because most of you probably never seen them. But he was also a prolific director, and he definitely directed a few movies that people at home, they might have heard of. He did Fletch.
Oh, no, nobody's ever seen that movie.
And Fletch Lives.
All right, that one I could actually buy. People probably haven't seen.
No, because that's the other one that was in the 80s. That's not the more recent one where they tried to do it again. This is like, those are the 2 back to back. Come on now. That was before people hated Chevy Chase.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, in the 80s, most people still had...
If they hadn't worked with him yet, they still liked him.
He also did The Golden Child, Cops and Robertsons, which also is another Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah.
Which is Chevy Chase and Jack Palance, right?
Is
the cop. I think he's the cop.
Nice.
It's been a long time. Pulling the deep depths of the memory here. And also he directed The Scout, which most people at home may not know, and it'll definitely be one of our next baseball movies because it's a great baseball movie.
Yep.
Brendan Fraser. Love Brendan Fraser.
I don't think I've seen this.
You've never seen it?
I think I've seen the trailer.
Dude, it's phenomenal. So he's like a... we're not going to do that. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'll get way off tangent.
We'll go hunt for a baseball movie.
Well, yeah. I'll go,
or a beer.
Yeah. So he is the main story writer. He also had written directed 2 other movies that were snow movies. And so again, it's weird that he is a guy who wrote this story and directed, but didn't want to direct
Didn't
this
wanna do
movie,
this
even
one?
though he even had experience with directing
Just
things
couldn't be
connected to snow.
I wrote the thing. I'm done. Just do
No,
it.
he's literally on record as they asked him, and he was like, "No, I'll produce if you want. I'm not directing."
Yeah, no, I can't be bothered. Far too busy with my turnips.
I just think he didn't want to handle with that. And so then we have our screenplay writer, who again is definitely the person who produced what we have here, made most likely the changes to take it away from, who did the slight Disneyfication, if
Yeah.
you will.
He's following Ted Turner's or not. Who is in charge of Disney at this point? Katzenberg? Yeah, he's like, you're gonna do this. He's like, yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's Tommy Swerdlow. Tommy Swerdlow is a guy. He's an actor,
Really?
but he also wrote movies, and so he's acted in a handful of movies. But in the '80s, he was in a decent number, and some of them are some of my favorites. So I'll go ahead and give that out for the guy. He was in Howard the Duck,
Nice. Yes.
Child's Play.
Which one?
And the first one.
First one. Oh, nice.
And Real Genius. You know, the Val Kilmer.
The Val Kilmer
with
one.
a laser, and they fill the house up with popcorn.
Yes, I have seen that. Just been a really long
Oh,
time.
dude, this one, I love that one. It's a good one. We'll get to it. So that way it'll be one of those reasons you can.
It's probably one of those ones. The only reason I saw it was because of you.
It might be. But yeah, so Tommy Swerdlow is a guy who, like I said, he acted first, but he has done big screen. Well, not big. I don't want. This is one of those times where it's like
We have
big
different
in our
definitions.
heads.
I was
Yeah.
like, we have different definitions of big
than what
and
people at
good
home
movies.
might. Yeah, right. Like, and so he did some cool movies
Movies
that
for
Bo
us.
and I love, and hopefully you guys do too. And so it's Little Giants. You know,
Yeah.
we've mentioned this. It's
Yeah,
when people got tired of baseball movies,
It was
they made football movies.
movies.
So he did Little Giants. He did Bushwhacked, the Daniel.
Yeah, I
Stern,
love
where he
that
takes
one
the
with
kids
where he takes
camping.
the
Yes.
Cub
Yeah,
Scouts out camping or whatever.
He did The Grinch, the newest one.
I haven't
with,
seen that
with
one.
Benedict Cumberbatch. And then he did the newest Puss in Boots movie, which is, technically a Shrek spin-off movie. And I do believe the setup for the newest Shrek, it ties into that, because I think I don't know. Don't ask me.
I saw that.
The Shrek
looks
universe is
weird
big nowadays.
now.
Don't,
Have you
we're
seen
not
it?
even going to talk about. Yeah,
It's not just me.
everybody.
Okay.
The sad part is that you don't know that everybody. It was a online discourse for
I
a
don't-
while
I
about
don't
the
online
appearance of everybody.
I just saw the trailer and was like, everybody looks so weird.
Mm-hmm. Everybody looks so different.
Everyone looks so strange.
Yeah. So that's all I can say about Tommy Swerdlow. Great guy, I guess. Wrote some cool movies for
Yeah,
sure.
thank
Was
you.
in some cool movies for sure.
Thank you for your service, sir.
We have 2 other people that were listed as writers. I don't know. Again, this is one of those I don't know how much they contributed, because Tommy Swerdlow was on record as saying that almost every single line of dialogue in the entire movie was because of him.
Yeah.
Which means what's left for these guys?
Or if you put a different camera angle in it, say fade to black right there.
Wouldn't that be
Writing
like an AD? Wouldn't that be who decided to do that?
Yeah. So there's a cinematographer.
Yeah, something like that.
Probably.
I don't know. But so there are 2 other people listed. One is Lynn Seifert, who I think was actually part of the production team for this movie. So it's maybe one of those things she got the credit because she pitched an idea big enough, right? But we do have another writer, that's Michael Goldberg, and he has written some other cool movies. Oh, I'm sorry, he really didn't. He only wrote movies that also Tommy Swerdlow written on. So they work together a lot.
So it's like, hey, my friend writes movies too.
Little Giants, Bushwhacked, and one movie that I didn't mention with Tommy because we had so much other to say is Snow Dogs, and it's not a good movie. That's why I kept it back. But
Cuba Gooding Jr. just
2 of
started
them-
doing movies because
the 2 of them are definitely part of that writing team.
I had
too.
that on DVD. My little brother loved that movie.
It was like super cheap on DVD. That's the thing
Yeah.
about it. That's why most people had it. Fun fact: COOOL Runnings has been released on DVD only 2 times, I think. It's not one of those ones that's gotten a bunch of re-released DVDs. So like it's special edition or whatever. It's just the original release, and then one other time in a 2-pack with snow dogs.
What the fuck?
Well,
Cool
again,
Runnings is a way better movie.
well, see, but here's the thing. Normally, when you're at this, if you're like at Walmart or wherever you see that
Yeah.
two for disc, you're gonna be like, "That's a weird combination." But now, because we do this research, we
yeah,
understand
it makes
why.
sense
the
now.
writers
The writers
were the same writers,
ones.
and that's why it's a twofer of that movie. I'm sure.
I was just so shocked. I was
I know, but I'm
quality-wise.
sure it's not even that. I'm sure the DVD doesn't even add, like, it didn't say like both by
Yeah,
the, you know,
right,
like,
and
which
written
it
by these
should. So that way
guys.
we at least might. Because again, I'm with you. If I would have walked through Walmart and saw that double disc, I'd
Why
have been
you
like,
doing that?
"Why the fuck? I don't want that one."
no.
It's not even worth getting
No,
this for Cool Runnings.
Exactly. I was like, I'm not going to buy this even for Cool Runnings because that movie's so bad.
For some reason, they thought that DVD would sell, and
I don't know.
I doubt it did. Like that's that's one of those. I wish
didn't
we
buy
could,
it.
I wish we could contact someone to be like,
Do you have it?
What were no, not even do you have it? Just
Oh.
to ask like someone higher up in the company and be like, can you give us the sales figures on that
Yeah,
double
how
disc set?
many of these did you actually
Like even with
sell?
Cool Runnings as the like selling point, were you able to sell that many of those?
Even for $5, because that's usually how those things
Yeah,
work.
oh, that's
There was, like,
100%.
the $5
Yeah, yeah.
bin.
And so it's just like even at $5 for a 2-pack, were you able to sell that many, or did people still say, "I don't need snow dogs enough
Yeah.
to need like"?
Especially if you already had the fucking the super like $2 fucking dollar store copy of the
if I
Snow
had it on
Dogs.
VHS, if I had Cool Runnings on VHS and wanted to upgrade to DVD, I still wouldn't have bought the Cool Runnings
Yep.
and Snow Dogs set. Just saying. All right,
Sorry-
let's get off.
Sorry, Cuba, your movie sucked.
We have done enough bashing of them. We should move on. Now we can get on to the cast, though, because we definitely have spent enough time on what was light work,
Yeah.
essentially.
Oh, this would be light
Even
work,
though they
too.
were
There's like 4 people in this movie.
5.
No, 5.
There
Yeah.
are how many bobsledders?
4.
And there is who else?
And John Candy.
Thank you.
To be fair, I was only excluding Junior because I'm like,
Well, and that's very let's go. That's very fair for a
because he's the
reason
most
too.
forgettable of all of them.
That's very fair for other reasons too. So let's get into this. So yeah, we have Irv Blitzer, right? Wasn't that his name?
I think that's his name. Yeah,
It's something like that. But yeah,
I
Irv-
heard Blister and I was like, that can't be right.
No, I think it's Blitzer.
that's probably closer.
That's John Candy. We don't need to say a lot about John Candy, mainly just because we've talked about him before. In Home Alone, we've talked about him before. I'm sure
We'll talk
somewhere
about
else-
him again.
Yeah, well, he's got a lot of cool movies that we definitely have to cover.
A
Uncle
lot
Buck,
of
The
my
Great
favorite
Outdoors.
movies. You're great at this. I was literally thinking about this today. What's the one where he goes to like the ocean on vacation and they have like
Summer Rental.
Yes. Love that one where they go on like the yacht
Yeah.
race and shit.
I think I have it on DVD.
I could not think of that
I think
movie earlier.
if you want to watch
today.
it, I have it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I have like the John Candy collection. It's got a bunch of movies.
Oh, hell yeah. I was literally talking about that earlier today. I was like, I can't remember the name of that movie. They like put their underwear up on the thing to win the race.
It's one of those movies that I understand why a lot of people can't remember that one, because it's real easy to get it confused with The Great Outdoors,
yeah.
because both are movies where they are at like vacation spots
Yeah.
and families. The main thing you need
One
to
is
remember.
like in the mountains, the other's at the ocean.
Well, and Dan Aykroyd's in one.
Oh yeah, I completely
In the Great
forgot
Outdoors,
about that.
Plus I want to say it's a super young looking John Candy in Summer Rental. Like he looks,
Yeah, it's
like there's no wrinkles. So a very smooth faced
movie come out
John
like
Candy.
89.
No, way before that.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, dude. Great Outdoors, I want to say, is like 87 or something. 88.
I'm starting to feel old. Stop it. Skip.
Okay,
On to the
so
next person.
well, before I leave John Candy, I do want to say one thing about him. That's not, again, everybody knows his filmography, but this is one of those things we got to give credit for. This was the last movie he did where he was alive to see the release of.
Oh yeah, because the other ones were, like,
Canadian
after he
Bacon
died.
and Wagons East
Yeah.
were both
So
posthumous.
he got to go see the premiere
Yeah.
and
And technically, this is where it gets weird, and this is why I wanted to bring it up. So when you look things up about John Candy's last movie, right? This one gets the little footnote part where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, he was alive to see the release. The weirdness comes in the fact that Canadian Bacon was actually filmed roughly, like it was filmed in 93. So like right after this one. It just didn't release until
Oh.
95. well after he had passed away.
Just got stuck in production hell for a little while.
Editing and different, like a lot of different things happened, and it
Yeah.
just pushed back when its release time was.
Reshoots.
Yeah, so posthumously released only by technicality. Like he
Yeah.
was totally, he could have been alive when it was released.
If that goddamn editor would have fucking got it done.
Now Wagons East, he died during production.
Yeah, I was like, didn't I go find him in his trailer?
Something, I don't
Or
know if it was,
something.
but it was definitely during production. Like they were still filming when he passed away.
Oh.
And now we'll move away
Sad.
from the sad stuff.
Sad.
Yeah, we'll move away from the sad stuff. I know, but it doesn't like it. I don't want to bring everything
I
down.
don't like sadness.
So we'll move
This
past
is a happy time. Happy show.
that. So then our next person that we're going to go ahead and talk about is Doris Bannock.
Leon.
Leon.
Only,
one name.
Only Leon.
Yeah, one name. This is Madonna.
Like,
this is
like
Prince.
Cher.
Sade. Cher. There's a lot of one-named people. Yes, this
Thought a lot of himself, didn't he?
this is one of many one-name people. But yeah, Leon is he was a big actor. He's been in some cool movies. He was in Above the Rim, which is a basketball movie with Tupac Shakur and a bunch of other people.
Another one I vaguely recall.
Waiting to
probably
Exhale.
seen.
Waiting to Exhale. Do you know that one?
No.
It's because you don't know your black movies as well as you think you do. It's one of those all you get what I'm saying. Like it's like a full cast. It's not a black comedy. African American. Black comedy has a different connotation. Feel weird saying that. You know, like it could mean like dark, like black.
Yeah, like evil comedy. It's very funny, very evil.
But so it's not necessarily that. But so he was also though in, and I know you've seen this one, Cliffhanger.
Yes, I love that one.
He's in Cliffhanger.
He's underrated Stallone movie.
He's the black rock climber, because I'm not trying to be racist on that one. That is just in that movie how many people of anything other than white are climbing rocks.
That's the only black guy in that movie, isn't he?
Well, because again, when you think of that kind of sport, especially in the 90s, your head just automatically goes, only white people are climbing a rock.
Only white people are dumb enough to go climbing up a mountain like that, right?
And so like I get where that comes from. He was also though in the Temptations made for TV movie as, I don't know if he was one of the Temptations or not. Possibly.
I could see it.
Well, the main reason I say this though is because he also has done a couple of other music movies. The biggest one being the made for TV biopic. You saw last week, you know why I said that. Little Richard, where he played Little Richard.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
Oh wait, I did write one more, and this is fun. He was in Bats. Do you know the movie I'm talking about? Where the case wrote bats upside down to be like a bat.
Yes,
he's in Bats. I love that. That's the only thing.
It's another Sci-Fi Channel classic.
I love that. That's the only thing that most people will know. Like when you're like Bats, and they're like, "I've never seen that," and you're like, "You know the movie cover where they wrote bats?" People are always like, anytime I mention that movie and I say that, people are like, "Oh, I didn't see it, but I know the case."
I think it's on Tubi. I think that's the thumbnail.
I know the cover. I can visualize that. Yes, he was in Bats. Now we'll move past Leon here. Our next person, one of my favorite actors, Dougie Doug. He's playing Sanka Coffee. This is a very funny reference. Sanka is indeed a coffee brand.
Smooth, bold, robust.
Sanka.
Much like our boy Sanka.
Yes, I love
very smooth and robust Jamaican man.
I love Dougie Doug so much that we have covered one other movie he was in. It was Dr. Giggles.
Yes.
Which is like our first Halloween, right?
Yeah, it was.
No, was it? It was second Halloween.
Second
but it was
Halloween.
definitely still before we changed format.
We went scene by scene.
And I know for a fact that even though it was before we changed format, that I still gave a rundown of things I love Dougie Doug in, because I love Dougie Doug that much.
Yep.
So I don't really need to give a rundown, but since we have changed format and we do this now, I will redo it again.
Run it real quick.
He was also in Operation Dumbo Drop.
Classic.
That Darn Cat.
Classic.
And Jungle Fever, Mo Better Blues.
I don't think I've seen those.
Again, it's because you don't know your Spike Lee joints. or that kind of movie.
People are gonna think I'm racist. Quit doing that.
Well, no, it's just because those are an earlier
like
90s.
Spike Lee movies.
Well, they were an earlier 90s phenomenon that didn't necessarily always carry into like mainstay long-term like popularity,
So
right?
I
And
was
so you were
4,
just way
I
too
have an
young. Yeah.
excuse.
I
Okay.
understand. That's why I made the joke really quick because it's funny. It's not your fault. It's no you didn't do anything wrong.
I was young. It wasn't my fault. I was
Uh,
watching cartoons.
Now the next one that he was in that I'll mention, which I do believe I don't know for sure if I did, but I feel like I even said this the last time we talked about him, is Class Act. Mainly because it's one of my favorite Kid and Play movies, and most people are going to be like, "What? Kid and Play only did house party movies." No,
I think I
they
remember
didn't.
you talking about this.
See, then I definitely did during Dr. Giggles, which is crazy because it's before we switched to this kind of format. Yes, though, Class Act is my favorite Kid and Play movie, and Dougie Doug is in
Does
that
it feel
one.
like I was like Kid and Play made movies?
They did 3 house party movies.
Oh yeah, I remember the house party.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
But they did 1.
I don't think I ever watched them, but I remember the
Oh,
covers.
they're great. Well, the first one's great. But they also did Class Act, and it's my favorite one. They like are two. It's like they switch places. Like one was at a fancy prep school, and one was at a ghetto school, and then shenanigans happen, and the ghetto guy ends up
Yeah,
being here. Maybe they have the same name. You know, it's one of those type things.
Yeah.
Like, but I love that one. I like that one better than I like House Party, and it's lesser known.
and it's like the one that nobody talks about.
Yes. So we need to talk.
Yeah, we
about it. I guess
definitely
that's
need to
really
do
what
it.
I'm coming back to say. Not it wasn't. But that's what I'll tell you guys. I was trying to say. Our next 2 people will cover the other one who people might know, and then we'll go back to Junior. Not to be rude, but because Bo already set that joke up.
Hey, I feel bad. I don't want to be mean to the guy.
You're not.
But
That's why I had to make it a joke. So that way we're pseudo keeping it lighthearted.
yeah,
So before we get to Junior, that leaves Yul Brynner.
that was a funny joke.
Look, no, it's like a non-joke, and that's why I want to say before we even talk about the guy who played Yul Brynner, let's talk about the non-joke joke of Yul Brynner. They say his name when he first introduces himself, and the closest you get to any kind of acknowledgement of it is just a brief silence between the people that hear him say it.
John Candy like mouths it off. He's like,
Yes. And then the other 2 guys are just like Sanka and Doris are just
And then it
quiet
just, like-
and look at each other.
and then it just goes back to like, okay, your name's Yul Brynner.
And then they don't talk about it the rest of the movie.
And they never just call him Yul or Brenner. It's always Yul Brynner.
That's why I'm saying it's like a non-joke. It's one of those things where like they didn't actually make it a joke.
But it ended up being one.
It's so good, dude. I love the Yul Brynner.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's great, dude.
Don't touch me. Okay,
Such a-
maybe you can touch me.
Angry.
Yeah,
angry
all
man.
angry. I love his arc. He's so mean, and then he becomes like mentor to Junior, and then they're all buddies. He's like, "These are my teammates." I was like,
First thing I want you to know is just because we're on a team together doesn't mean I'm part of a team.
exactly.
That line is like, what? What is that? You just said you're on a team.
Yeah, but that
You're
doesn't
not
mean
a
I'm a teammate.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of here.
I love it, dude. He
My
was so good.
Terrible Jamaican accent.
Yeah, we'll move on so that way we won't. So that Yul Brynner is played by Malik Yoba. Malik Yoba is the first of everybody that we've mentioned here that Bo would refer to as a working actor. And again, that's not to say that all these people, like John Candy, big actor, we all know him. The rest of these people, like we've mentioned, in a decent number of things. But Bo's definition of a working actor is that guy who's got like an obscene number of credits because he doesn't care. He's trying to get paid, and
He just
everything
loves
yeah.
acting.
Well, and everything's not huge, so
Yeah.
he has to do a lot more things. Malik Yoba is that guy. So most of these people in the
He's
movie,
like getting a lot more respect from me than
So-
anybody else.
so most of the people in the movie have like 45 credits on IMDb, right?
300.
No, not that
Oh,
much. But he
okay.
did double everybody's. He's got 99.
Nice.
So
It's not
he
bad.
is way more than everybody else he's working with here. Yul Brynner, though, Malik Yoba, you will also recognize him from. Give me a second. Copland. You know the movie? Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where they blow the shotgun right next to his ear and
Yep.
blow it out, and he's like, ah.
He's in Copland. He's in New York Undercover, so you can see a little bit of thread too.
Yeah, a
There's
little
like this
fake.
weird ghetto cop crossover lines.
I'd be really good at it.
He was also in Soul Food.
Don't think I've seen that one.
You are definitely I'm trying to throw you a bone because at least the other ones were like early '90s black movies. Now we're hitting like that's like 2002. You were old enough at that time.
I don't think I've seen that one.
He was also though now's one that's all for you.
Okay.
So that way you don't think I'm only trying to make you feel bad, right? He was in the TV show Alphas.
Yes.
As one of the main, he's the main guy.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's one of the alphas. He's one of the alphas.
One of the alphas.
Yeah.
His fucking name.
Oh, dude, I don't know. Doctor something.
Doctor something.
Yeah.
I
want to
watch that show.
It's been, dude. I watched
it pissed
all of
me
it when
off
it came out.
it
It got canceled early,
and it just like ended.
Yeah, they didn't do a good job.
Barely a cliffhanger. It's just like we're done.
Well, that's what happens when you get canceled after you've wrapped, right? Like that's most likely what happened. They wrapped thinking they were going to
get another one, and then they
got
didn't.
canceled. And no chance.
Big Bang Theory did the funniest shit because Sheldon found out that it wasn't coming back.
It's a good episode,
and he's just like trying.
The funnier part,
I was like, oh well, no wonder you got canceled.
No, the funnier part about that is that more people watching this probably will know the show from you mentioning that it's the one from Big Bang Theory than they will just know the name of the show, right?
Go watch it; it's good.
It was a pretty decent one.
Just kind of just stopped though.
I think I do think it got 2 seasons because I think it said like he had 45 episodes or something.
Yeah,
so it was definitely more than one.
I think it's 3.
Okay.
I think it's 3 seasons, and it ends with like New York's about to get destroyed and shit, and then it's just done.
So now though we have, we'll wrap up our bobsled team with our last teammate. That's Junior Bevel. In case you didn't catch the last.
Never did.
I got a name for. Did you notice that? I got everybody's last name. We had Derice Bannock.
Yeah. That one I
Sanka
caught.
Coffee. You'll Brenner because it's too easy.
that one's too funny.
And Junior Bevel. He is played by Raul D. Lewis. He's not been, so he's been in other things, and I know I should give him credit for the things he's been in, but I also he's the kind of things he's in are the kind of things where it almost feels like you're mocking him by
bringing it up
because he's not a character, right? Like he is
guard number 6.
Yes, is like that. And so I know it almost feels like we're still mocking him by saying this, but I'm telling you right now, I'd have felt worse telling you each movie to go look for him in.
Can't mock Junior. He's a badass mother who don't take crap off of nobody.
Well, and let's point out though, he's the reason they, like he's the fucked up.
Trip my ass. He cross bodies them. He just fucking goes and just takes out their legs in this movie.
Look, the one thing I will say in defense of Junior and the tripping scene is that if you watch it back, I understand that. Have you ever gone running and you lean too far and you almost feel yourself falling? Watch it again. That's what he did. He does? He totally he threw his front body faster than his legs went, and
he's trying to do the Naruto run. And right?
So it's not quite that, but it's that kind of feeling. And so you can see that that's what he did, and then he tried to pull himself back, and then that's when he fell.
Yeah, I didn't catch it. To me, it just looked like he's just like,
So the reason you can, if you go back and watch it, I'll tell you what to look for, is when you see it, like when they first go to the zoom in, slow down moment when he starts to fall, you'll see that like his face and torso is like inches ahead of everybody else's.
Oh, because he's just like,
because he was,
if I can get my head in front of him, I'll win.
Which is technically how you run, but you have to it's a gradual thing, right? Like you got to slowly start running, get momentum, and then you can lean forward. Yeah, he leaned forward too early.
I'm gonna smash face first into the floor.
And now that we
at like 20-something mile an hour, right? Just face plant it.
And now that we've way overanalyzed the science of why that guy fell and fucked everybody over, let's go ahead and get to the last person I want to mention in actors, and we can just talk about the movie. And this guy's not important. We're just saying it, but strictly for me. This is personal reasons I want to mention this guy.
Oh, our quote-unquote villain.
Bad guy.
For like 2 scenes.
There's not
where
really,
he's not even bad. He's just kind of a dick.
There's not really a bad guy, and we'll address that when we do the plot in just a second. But yeah, there's no... They were having a lack of bad guy, and they had to do something.
They just got threw this guy in there.
But so we have Kurt Hemphill. That's the dude's name, in case you didn't catch. Kurt Hemphill.
Grandpa.
He's played by Raymond J. Barry. I mainly only he's a working actor. He's
Yeah, I've
been
seen
in
him in a
tons of
bunch of
things.
shit.
But I only want to mention it because every time we mention anything that's in any way connected to the show Justified, I always give it a shout out.
Yeah.
And he is Arlo Givens. He's the dad of the main character. So he is a dude who is from deep
So
Kentucky.
he's
I
Raylan's
love that.
dad.
It's so good.
Sitting in a rocking chair.
Oh, he's not even like that, dude. He is he's into the backwoods gangs and shit hardcore.
Oh, so he's
like Raylan's a cop, but he is a cop who came from a dirty family, and Arlo was the
dirty family.
Yes.
The head of the dirty family.
Yes, dude. And so he's such a fun character.
Dad, I might have to bring you in.
He
could
could
have to ball,
yes,
son.
Yeah, no, I do believe at one point he arrests him.
Ah, nice.
And so yes, dude.
I've only seen a few episodes.
I know you were making a joke, but you nailed it on the head, dude.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I have to give credit.
I should write for TV. I know how this shit works.
I had to give credit because I always love giving our Justified people a shout out. I guess that's just one of those like I felt way Kentucky connection. I know they get a lot wrong, and that's why I stopped watching because it was stupid.
I was like, wow, that Harrodsburg looks an awful lot like Southern California.
Dude, they do like back end of they do the back end of some place in one city where it's totally like they make it look rural and it's like one of the only cities in the state. And it's like, what are we doing right now?
There are actual like skyscrapers in that area.
Well, I don't. The problem is like I don't know if it's technically skyscraper, but yeah, like there are buildings. There are large
multi-story buildings.
Yeah. It's 20 to 30, which again, like skyscraper, I don't know exactly what floor level you call it at.
What
like,
level is it?
Tall
A skyscraper?
Enough. Yeah, it's still pretty tall. It's tall enough. It's in the skyline. Let's at least go with that, right?
You see it before you get to it. It's one of those.
Now that we have fully got through all of the slight behind the scenes and we are making up for the past, we can now actually talk about this movie.
I want a movie about push carts.
I love that you bring up the push
I want
carts.
a push cart derby movie.
The scene was so fun. It was so cool. I've never seen it before. I've never seen it after.
But it looks so super fucking fun.
And I'm glad you brought it up because it's the first of the trivia that I did have written. You always say this. It's like you're a genius. When you pull the weird things.
Psychic.
So, in our let's circle back to what we kept saying in the beginning. Is not the real story.
Yeah.
This trivia will kick off our talk of how this is not the real story. It's inspired by, not based on.
Yeah.
Those words
Those are two legally distinct things. Speak to my lawyer.
And so the cart is and not only is it the first one we'll talk about, it's kind of the genesis of all of it. So the movie goes on the premise that the guy wanted to start a Jamaican team way back because he was like, sprinters.
Yeah, sprinters make the best bobsledders.
I think that's the best way we can make a bobsledder. That's not how it happened. It happened because two guys saw people doing the local push cart races and said, those guys look like they could bobsled because they're pushing and then jumping onto a cart and
that's
riding.
How I always felt when I was a kid when I'd watch that shit. I was like, no, I totally see how the two are translatable. It's
right? But then but then the movie never addresses that. The movie only says Sanka joins because he was friends with Doris.
Yeah.
Right? The movie does not say anything else. There's no like John Candy doesn't
even make him the driver. He's like, no, you're the brake guy. I don't care.
It's not even that. Irv Blitzer never even saw him.
Oh yeah,
pushcart race. He wasn't part of the story until after the pushcart race was no longer relevant in the movie.
Gets told that he's the best pushcart driver.
So it's nuts. Now, on to the why he didn't get picked. I think that technically makes sense. The reason he didn't get picked to be the driver, even though he was the best pushcart driver, because those skill sets don't translate the same. If you're driving from the front seat, the way you steer is different than if you're steering from the back, because the way the steering wheel would affect things is going to feel different.
So, hey, what was the point of putting like a kid in the front of the thing just for weight?
For weight
to drive him down
for
there?
Weight. It's 100% for weight.
It seems dangerous to the kid. Could have used bricks. Not that I wouldn't have volunteered to be one of the kids to hold on to the front and been like,
it's just a fun time, sir. It's just a fun time.
That hill looked steep though when they take the wide shot, and it's like a mountain with an S-shaped course.
Yeah, so that's our big, like I said, that's our biggest thing there.
So
That
all of
that
this happened because somebody
in real life because of
real
push
life was
carts.
like push cart bobsled.
But then the movie decided to say, and I have a problem with this when I found this out. The movie was like, okay, we'll just say it's because these people that we could use that as anybody who sprints for the Olympics could be a great bobsledder, and they
Yeah.
make it sound like it's a groundbreaking idea. That's just the way it works.
Yeah, I would
Like
imagine
in
being
real life,
yeah.
it is very usually that people who do, and again, the movie also did this. They made it sound like it was wild for these people who wanted to be in the Summer Olympics to be in the Winter Olympics. Also not wild.
No.
Happens for lots of
Happens
different
all the
sports.
time.
So many times people who are a part of the Summer Olympic teams also are part of the Winter Olympic teams in things that translate. And that means that, yes, I think there are U.S. people who have been U.S. sprinters,
track and field, and then bobsled.
and then they do bobsled pushing.
Yeah.
It is not a
Cross country skiing or something.
And so the movie it's like it almost insults us by trying to just be like, that's not real.
No, ignore all of that.
They're pulling the Jedi mind trick.
It wasn't until John Candy realized that, hey, this one guy is really good at running. He might be able to do a bobsled.
And that's the other thing to remember is that especially at the time, it wouldn't have been crazy for whoever was in the summer to be in the winter because it was the same year that they had been training, right? Like nowadays that they're on opposite years, right? Like it's every 4 years, but they're opposite 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So there's 2 years in between
So they
summer
don't
and
have
winter.
to spend as much money trying to do both.
In 88, when the movie is set, is before they decided to do that, and both of them were held the same year every year. So literally, of course, you would want the guy who's already in peak shape because he's been training for the summer events.
He got the silver in track. I mean, might as well put him on our bobsled team.
At least in the idea of if it's opposite years like it is now, you would be like, oh, maybe that guy's not fully ready. Maybe he's in the middle of his like revamp up training session.
In 4 years, look at him. He got fat.
Right? But so like when it's literally that they were both the same year, you would definitely be like, that guy's in peak physical shape.
Yep. Get him
That's
now.
who we want.
I'd do it. I'd box or wrestle during the summer and then do, like the luge.
You'd box or cycle because those are the other Jamaican
those were the
sports.
only two Jamaican ones left. They don't have a Jamaican wrestling team. I've seen some pretty big Jamaican.
If we're going to keep talking, I do have one piece of weird trivia, just so that way, hopefully this can get us back on track to go like back and forth banter. Disney had a plan on who they wanted to be in the movie. Like
This wasn't the original pick.
No, these actors
Really?
were
They
not
had somebody besides John Candy?
No, John Candy was always.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, because
No.
he's like half the movie.
Yeah. John Candy was always the man. He was always the guy who was going to be in charge. They had a different team. They had a different bobsled team envisioned in their head. Now, when I start naming these names, I want everybody at home to remember this was 93. I just said it, but just so that way you remember.
Yeah.
It was 93, so you might have certain preconceived notions about some of these actors, but remember in 93 that they maybe could have pulled it off, but we'll also address that. I don't think half of them could.
All right, give them to me.
So, down the list, we had DeReese was going to be Denzel Washington.
Which version of this movie are we doing? Are we doing this version or the more serious version?
I would hope that it was the serious version.
If it's the more serious version, I could kind of see it.
But not.
But
I don't buy him being a guy who ran.
If they do the actual story, though, he's like...
We've not told him that yet. That's a secret.
Oh, my bad. Forgot we haven't got there.
Maybe we should cover that real quick, so that way Bo can make his point. The real story was not that they were going to be, like I already said, people who were into the Olympics, because the original real life inspiration was the push cart. So obviously it means that they weren't looking for sprinters. They weren't looking for that.
Were they looking for push cart drivers?
No, but
Sanka, the best push cart driver in Jamaica.
Push cart's what made them realize people in Jamaica might translate well. But
Yeah.
then they were just looking for peak physical
Athletes.
athlete. Well, not even athletes. That's why we gotta say that, because if they were looking for
yeah.
peak athletes, they might have went for those Olympic people. But
Of
they were looking
people
for
with a certain mentality.
they were looking for peak skill.
Yeah.
And so they decided, or they knew someone, or they reached out to, and they were in touch with the Jamaican military. Everybody who was on the real life bobsled team
Was a soldier.
was a Jamaican soldier. So now, Bo, you can go ahead and
Now
say,
it makes sense because the guy in real life who
Was
was
a
the
pilot.
driver was like a helicopter pilot.
and could 100 Denzel
I could see
buy that.
Denzel play a helicopter pilot.
Okay, so as much as I started to shut you down, you are right.
Put the
You're right.
aviators on him.
I don't need
Hasn't
that.
he played a helicopter pilot at one
He's
point?
definitely wore aviators before in a movie. How's that? But no, so my thing is though, like, depending on the version.
But if it's gonna be like this version with a comedy, it doesn't work at
well,
all.
not even the comedy.
He's not very funny.
It's not like he's not very funny, and I don't think he like if it was this version, we gotta be very specific.
Yeah.
If it's the version that we actually see on screen, Denzel doesn't look like a track
As
star.
a sprinter, yeah, no, he's too thick.
Even at
and
his
muscular.
even at his fittest,
Yeah.
he never looked
This Leon guy's real wiry.
looks like a track star.
Yeah.
Looks like he could have been running.
We could.
It's actually more wild that Junior and Yule were on were also trying to be sprinters.
Especially Yule. He looks like he should be on the boxing
Well,
team.
Junior is like shorter than me. At no point do I think he's a track star.
He's small and quick.
Do you know how? No, because
Doesn't have a lot of weight.
No,
right?
because in real life, the way it works is if you got that short of legs, you're doing double the work to run as fast as the guy with big legs.
Yeah.
Take it from somebody who has a taller wife, and I can't like just walking pace. She's like gently walking in 5 feet in front of me.
Yeah. Every 6 foot guy knows that, like with their 5'5" girlfriend. Like,
They don't mean to.
They
but they're
take
in
2
front.
steps to
Yeah.
my one.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way Junior was ever going to win the track race.
Half running to catch up with you in the grocery store.
So Junior never would have been the person.
I don't know. We didn't get a shot of his legs. Was he doing the Sonic with the fucking?
No, that's why he had to do the lean forward. That's why he
yeah,
fell.
that's right.
Look, we figured it out.
Had to overcompensate.
We brought it full circle. We weren't even talking about it no more. We figured it out. We got there. Let's get to the rest of this team. We derailed our. I like that we were wanting to get back on track, and we did, but in a way that took us off
All the
track
way-
of where we
it's-
were before.
It's a circle.
It's an Ouroboros. It's eating
Ooh,
itself.
It's eating itself.
Oh, sorry. That's geeking out for a minute there, guys.
All the Full Metal Alchemist fans popped though.
Never ending story. It's also the thing that's
Yeah,
on
it's
the book.
also that.
It's used all over the
It's all
place.
over
We don't
the
have to
place.
do this.
We popped like 6 different fan bases.
We would be
Hell
geeking
yeah.
out way too much if we started naming everywhere that you can find an Ouroboros. So the rest of the team, though, to get back on track, they wanted Sanka to be played by Eddie Murphy.
It's too
Look,
big.
I don't even have a problem with that. I love Dougie Doug. I
Yeah.
love the kind of comedy that he brought to Sanka. Eddie Murphy is a very different kind of funny actor.
Yeah.
He would have been silly and over the top,
But more smart assy, right?
but not like Sanka is like, you feel like he's a real person who's goofy.
He's a real Rasta.
Eddie Murphy
he just
doesn't-
does this shit.
Like Eddie Murphy doesn't feel like a real person, like a real goofy person, right?
Yeah.
He feels like an actor goofy. Like he knows how to make it look good for camera.
yeah.
Dougie Doug plays this character like, I believe that's a person.
That's a real guy.
I believe that that's how a real person in this situation might have acted, right?
The only thing they're not saying is that he's like stoned as shit the entire time, right?
Well, I
That's
mean, they're all
that's all we're
Rasta.
missing.
They're all Rasta, sir.
Hell yeah.
It's part of the religion. Then our next one, though, is going to be Yul Brynner was going to be played by Wesley Snipes. This is the only of
That
the
one-
four that I think is right.
That one I can see.
Wesley Snipes 100%
I could-
could have pulled Yul Brynner
Oh
off.
yeah.
Because
Don't
he
touch
could have been
me.
scary. He could have been intimidating. He, he could have done that.
Yeah.
100% could have bought that. Now, then our last one is the most miscast for two reasons. It's miscast for the character of Junior and miscast because I think this guy would have been the better Sanka instead of
Over
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy.
Marlon Wayans.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Marlon Wayans is very much could have pulled the Dougie Doug style of I believe that's a goofy guy.
Yeah, because it's basically like Smokey from Scary Movie, right?
Or or the dude from How to Drink Your Juice in the Hood.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Would have been
How to Drink Your Juice in South.
I'm don't be a menace to South Central
why did I
while
keep
drinking your
saying it
gin
wrong?
and juice in the hood.
I hate that while we did the episode, I was the one that could get it right and you couldn't, and now all of a sudden I'm the one who can't get it right. Man, I guess we came full circle.
Vindication.
Is that another Ouroboros? No, I gotta stop.
We're running out of snake, man. Come on.
But yes, Marlon Wayans 100% could have played Sanka way better than I think Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
could have. And I don't.
I wouldn't have been upset.
So Marlon also like I said, is miscast to be Junior. Junior is like the most straight-laced character in the movie. And he doesn't have the jokes. He doesn't get the lines. He's the guy who has no confidence. He's the guy they have to build up. At no point could I. Oh, dude, you know what I just realized?
Should have got Urkel. Jameel White. He would have been a good Junior.
Maybe.
Right?
Dorky.
Yeah,
nerdy.
dorky and nerdy.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans just could not have been that.
No. Sanka, definitely.
Definitely, dude. I think if anything, the age might have been the reason. Because again, Junior is... This is what I was going to say. I just realized Junior is Junior only because his dad, like that's his name.
Yeah.
But he is also the youngest. Did
one.
they give the character that name without realizing the ironicness of making the youngest character the
entire
Junior
fucking movie until the very end?
Because again, like Derice and Sanka are friends, so they're probably the same age. Yul is definitely like 5 years older.
Yeah,
than these guys.
This is like his last chance to do this.
Yeah,
that's
for
why
sure.
he's such a dick about it.
But yeah, Junior is definitely he's the baby. He's the baby of the group.
Yeah,
in mentality and everything else, and so that's probably why they thought Marlon. But again, like personality wise, definitely
no. He's my least favorite character. He's such a little bitch.
He's a problem from beginning to end.
Right.
Like he's never great. He's the guy who caused the problem to start with. He's the guy who couldn't tell his dad what was happening.
Right.
He's the guy who almost sabotaged everything for everybody else because he didn't tell his dad, right? Because his dad was going to make him leave.
Yeah. And then you're like, dude, you're like 20. Tell your dad to fuck off.
Well, and then
you're a grown ass man.
Even like you address. The coolest thing he gets is where Yul gives him the speech. Like,
yeah, but that's mostly Yul just pumping him up.
It's not even just that. Yul pumps him up, gives him the speech, and then they go back out and they have the fight. And when they have the fight, what happens? He doesn't stand up for himself.
Oh, yeah,
Yul
that's right.
Still
Yul comes in and rescues him.
Isn't the point of having the scene before the fight to show I don't even have to see him actually fight, but you need to see him stand up for himself, and then maybe Yul come in and still.
He should have at least thrown the punch, right?
But that's not what we got. We literally he's on the ground.
He gets thrown down like a little bitch,
and Yul shows up then
to save him.
So like the whole scene was wasted, right? Like the whole scene was wasted.
The worst character.
On that, I do want to address that scene since we're talking about it. Why in the early 90s / late 80s, no matter what the movie is it that if you're gonna have a brawl, it's a country bar?
I know, because that's just what we do.
They were in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. At no point should it have been a country western bar.
No, probably not.
And even if it was
a pretty big city,
even if there was a country western bar in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, at no point would have 90% of the Olympic teams been hanging out there. Because we even see the German dude, right, is like watching from the sidelines being like, these guys.
These fucking Jamaicans.
You see what I mean? Why? Now that I said it, though, think about how many 90s, like every time there's a brawl in a 90s movie.
It's never in like a club or a metal bar. If it was like a metal bar with like Guar fucking playing, I would totally understand.
It's always a country western bar, and it never makes sense that the people would be hanging out in a country western bar.
I've been to country western bars. They're pretty chill places.
Well,
and far less line dancing than I was led to believe.
I understand the stereotype of it. Rednecks cause fights. I get that. What I'm saying is, Every person, though, would not end up in
No.
a country western bar. Like, it's not like it's always rednecks ending up in a country western bar. This is a Jamaican bobsledding team hanging out in a country western bar.
And the East Germans and the Americans.
And to bring up a movie that you still haven't seen and we need to watch, Best of the Best, which is a bunch of people from all over the U.S. because they are on the American martial arts
Oh,
team.
yeah, that's the
one I showed you.
showed
Eric
me.
Roberts.
Eric Roberts. Yeah.
That brawl that I showed you, that is a country western fucking bar, dude. This is what I'm saying. Every time in this era of movie that people have a brawl in a bar, it's a country western bar.
Kickboxer. They're in Thailand. It's,
it's a country
still a
western
country western bar.
Why is that the trope?
I don't know. Because only hillbillies start bar fights.
And literally, I didn't actually have this thought until this one, because I was like, this is maybe the most outlandish. That is Jamaican bobsledding and a bunch of international people.
Yep.
In Calgary, Canada. They're
at
in
a
Canada.
honky tonk.
Like how many honky tonk bars were in Canada
I don't
at the
know.
time?
Is it a common Canadian sound off? Is it a common thing?
Like, well,
Do
not
y'all
even-
just like
not-
a good
well,
honky tonk?
Look, we need the older Canadians to sound off.
Oh,
Was it a
yeah.
common thing in
the
93,
80s.
like late 80s to early 90s, for them to use that as a reference point here? Because it was weird.
They're all going to be like, no, we were too busy watching Calgary Stampede Wrestling. Stu Hart and the Hart Foundation.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like we said, the realism of the movie was definitely lost.
Yeah.
They did a lot to try to take away from the real story.
And
They
I
made a
think
Disney story.
I
and
think
this
that's a
is
shame. I feel like that would have been a really good movie.
And it probably could have been.
Like one of those like Oscar nominee worthy ones where it's like, oh, it's so dramatic and all these, and stuff. And we still could have had some funny bits, like, because they're soldiers, you could have had the funny bit of them like trying to find like the dudes, and instead of them being like the elite, super soldiers, they're like the dregs. Like, well, these guys aren't doing anything. Turn them into bobsledders.
Yeah.
And then they persevere and all that, and you can do the same thing. It'd be great. If Disney didn't buy it, that's probably what would have happened.
Well, I don't even know if it's one of those that they bought it or they were the ones who like formulated. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know how it worked, but again, like they just did what Disney does. They did what Disney do.
Yeah, they do. They Disneyfied it. Isn't that what you called it earlier?
Disneyfication.
Disneyfication.
That's not me. That's a real
Oh,
word
is that a real word?
that most people use for like these type of movies.
I was about to give you credit. I was about to be like,
No.
man, that's a good word.
I can't
Good-
take credit.
good
No,
for you.
I can't take credit for that. But yeah, this is it's one of those things where again, like I got to save this, and now everybody at home already knows why I'm going to tell you I have to save this. We're so far in, the only reason I would save it is for a very specific reason, and I'll stop talking about it now. We've just got
okay.
we'll
We're
talk
just
about
gonna-
some more
just
things.
gonna skip on? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah. So this movie is a lot of fun. They do a lot of crazy things. There's a lot of fun, silly jokes. We get the back to the bureau.
Oh,
get the-
yeah,
it's not the
heat,
the
it's the humidity.
We get the training montage where they're all learning how to bobsled in Jamaica.
In Jamaica. There's
one's
like
my
kind
favorite.
of two, right?
That's my favorite. Yeah, there are definitely two very distinct training montages. There's
like
in Jamaica
the initial like
where we're
gonna take a barrel, cut it in half, and put wheels on it.
Oh, dude. The one thing I'll give credit to that was that even though he didn't need to, he made what we find out later in the movie, accurate looking push cart handles.
Yeah, the handles
like
for pushing.
You think it's just dumb, shitty, like
just
made
kinda
machine,
slapped
right?
together.
Until you see them pushing real bobsleds later, and you're like, no, that's the exact
same
handle.
thing, only
he made it.
They just
doesn't
don't
fold
like
in.
retract in.
Now, if you notice, though, there were a couple of teams that they show that didn't have the
So is that like
in.
optional or something?
I don't think you have to have it.
Oh, I would definitely want that. I feel like you like get caught in the ice, slow you down.
So, on the note, this is one of those like it's a change from what the movie said, but I still don't think this one has anything to do with like the real life of anything that was happening there. But so because I don't think in real life, like I said, the coach, like none of these people.
Yeah, none of these people are real.
None of
not
these-
even their names.
The names aren't real. The people are different people. The coach is not the coach. All of those things
We'd
are
have
different.
to pay them if they were. I mean,
But so on the note of that part of it, though, right? Like, um, John Candy as Irv. The reason there's the reason we even have that guy be the slight bad guy, right? Is because of what reason?
Oh, Irv cheated.
In,
And he was his coach for the USA bobsled team, and he got his medals stripped away, and he's just like, you betrayed me, you son of a bitch,
okay,
so I'm
but
going to make your life hard.
You're going, that's right, but you're going too far. What was the reason? What was it that Irv did? Do you remember why he got them stripped away?
Oh,
what was the cheating?
Oh,
that's what I'm asking you.
He put weights in the front of his bobsled to make it go faster. Sorry.
That's one of those moments where we should have rehearsed.
Yeah. All the shit we don't rehearse goes so smoothly.
Normally, that one didn't. But yeah, so that's what I was getting at. The thing that they specifically said he did was that, right? Do you know the kicker here? That's not illegal in bobsledding.
It's not. You can just throw weights in the bottom.
There are minimum and maximum weights that you can have. Because you have to look at it this way, right? How can you have an exact weight when you have 4 members who might all have fluctuating weights?
Yeah.
So the way this works is if you have 4 members who are maybe underweight and therefore not heavy enough to meet the minimum, you put weights in the bobsled.
Oh.
And you can then put weights in up until the maximum. You just can't cross the maximum. So unless the movie was just trying to say he put more weights than he was allowed, which should be specifically worded that way.
Yeah.
Because that's not how they worded it, and it's not the reaction people had.
No.
The reaction was literally they said he put weights in.
Oh my God.
So they made it seem like the idea of weights in a bobsled, period, is insane.
Like it has to be just the weight of the guys and the sled.
But the reality is most bobsleds have weights in them because what are you naturally going to do? You're naturally always going to push it to the maximum number.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get the most momentum.
So you just got a bunch of guys as they have everything up on a big giant scale and they're like, fuck, we're 15 pounds underweight. Well, grab the sandbags.
Well, and think about it though. And I'm sure this is one of those things that I'm going to say, but everybody who is a professional bobsledder, not that I think any of those people listen to this podcast.
That would be really cool.
Fingers crossed. If you do, tell us and let me know how right I am about this. This is the kind of thing where we're just now hearing it and it seems it's kind of silly, right? But at the same time, what you would actually do and what you would actually want for your bobsled team instead of like anything that you see where it's like Yul Brynner. You wouldn't want a Yul Brynner, right?
Yeah.
You want a team full of Derises.
Yeah.
That are really skinny.
Little skinny guys, like 165.
Because that means you get to put all of your weight in the front.
And it would make you go super fast.
You don't want it evenly spread out.
You get a bunch of... They're doing it wrong. Fuck sprinters.
You get juniors. You get all juniors.
No, you get jockeys.
Well,
from like horse racing. You little tiny dudes.
Remember, you still need to get a good push-off. Because remember, that's when they do the times, it's both your overall time and your push-off time.
You get 3 jockeys and one big Yul Brynner in the back to give it the power.
Not even Yul, because you need the guy who runs fast. It's your push-off. You get a Derise. You get the guy who can track run.
That way you could put like 200-pound fucking weight right in the front of it.
You see what I mean?
Zoom down.
So again, this is one of those things where the movie makes us think. This is why yeah. It's an issue. It's a problem.
Plot hole. Worst movie ever. Ruins it. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not that far, but it's definitely not good. It's not right.
It's only if you go look. Don't go. Just ignore us. We didn't say all that stuff. That doesn't ruin the movie at all.
Oh man.
I just saved that because that's part of my thing, actually.
I think we're good.
I was
think
about
we're
to
done.
say something.
I think we're good. I think we can wrap it up and
go ahead and
do
go
the things.
into the
Because
thing?
again, at this point, we've literally talked about mine. I just stopped it so that way I can go more in depth.
Going more in depth.
And so if we're on the edge of yours, we should definitely just go ahead. At this point we're good.
All right. So the thing about this movie is a lot of the drama, especially once they get to Calgary. Like a lot of they're like, oh, we got to find money and train and shit in Jamaica. That makes sense. But once they get to Calgary, a lot of the drama feels really forced. Like it's like shit. There's one scene where it's just like we're doing this so John Candy can have a heartfelt speech,
I agree.
and it bothers me. All the shit with the what are they called? The Council of the Council of Olympians or whatever.
It's the Winter Sports Committee or something.
Yeah.
In real life, this is fun.
Oh, you got some fun?
I got a fun fact, and then I've got something to add on to what you're saying. So, in real life, the name of that council is not the committee.
Whatever
on
they
sports.
said in the movie.
It is the International Bobsleigh and Skeleton Federation.
What the fuck are the skeletons?
I don't know, but that's what they're called. So metal, dude.
That is awesome as fuck. Why didn't we use that? I want to be part of the bobsledding and skeleton federation. Hell yeah.
But so that's the fun fact that I want to tell about what you said. But then the addendum to that, since I did find out so much about the real
Like
team,
the real
life
story?
events, the real life events was way different. Well, so the committee still did a little bit, but only one thing. They made them do some kind of qualification in a different country. I think
They
they
didn't
actually
try to just outright disqualify
Well,
him
I
like
think
in the movie.
I think I read that they did get some kind of disqualification, but then it was appealed by a lot of people, including like the Prince of Monaco.
Nice.
Like he was like, I don't know what you guys are doing, but for the love of God, that's not fair.
You will respect my Jamaican brothers, for I am the Prince of Monaco.
But so, like you said, though, the second half, it's like they had to invent. So not only the villain part, but they invented like all kinds of conflict between them and other teams and other this.
The qualification time was 1.2. Now you have to do it in 1. Or you did that? Well, you're disqualified because
and not just that,
this
like,
isn't an
like
international
we said,
whatever.
Well, like we said, once they got there, it was also like, you know, they felt like they were fighting against the community because the community didn't want them there. The Germans looked down on them.
That was
and this
random
and that.
as shit.
Yeah.
Like the dude's obsessed with the Swiss team, but then out of nowhere, the East Germans are fucking with him.
Yeah. So that's the thing, though. In real life, the committee thing happened, but only 1 or 2 times, and they quickly got shut down by like everybody
Popular
outside the
vote,
committee.
yeah.
They were like, y'all are being wild, quit wilding out. But in real life, there was never a problem with the community. Every other bobsledding team, everyone else were
So I'm
all
right.
about them,
Like, all of that
supported them.
was
They
just
loved the idea of them coming
for
and like
dramatic effect.
and standing up and be like, well, but here's the thing: is it did it even feel that dramatic with those people?
No, it just
like on your note, like you said, it feels
like it's
forced.
just there. Even like the dialogue from the East German guy in the bar is like such generic bad guy dialogue.
And so that's what I'm saying. Like real life was that the teams, and this is what you would expect on Olympic levels. Those are supposed to be the top competitors. Which, when we think highest competitors, we also think they're real competitors, which means they're not dickheads to everybody. They're like, we all fight the same fight.
Right.
We're good.
I want the guy who's
I
better
respect
than
you
me.
for trying to
beat
if you're
the
better,
best,
then
you got to
should
be the
here,
best,
right? Like if you're better, you should be here. You should show me you're better. And so like it's wild that they tried to say this was the Olympics, and there were teams that were like, I don't even think we should give them the chance to try. That's not what you would expect at that kind of team, like showmanship level of this.
If they made this movie now, I would expect a scene from like the East Germans to like sabotage the bobsled to like loosen the bolt or whatever so they would flip.
So in real life, though, that's exactly it. In real life, the Germans were they loved him.
Oh, the Germans were dope.
Well, I think it was the Germans. Don't quote me on this. This is where I might be wrong. But one team in real life, you know, in the movie we get this scene where like they have to scramble to
he's
get
got,
the
like,
piece of
bag,
shit,
right?
Bobsled that's broken. He has to call in his favor.
Yeah, like, oh, we'll let you use our old trainer or something.
In real life, it was legitimately one of the major teams, and it might have been the Germans. I don't know. I'm not going to say for sure. But one of the teams respected the Jamaicans so much for coming and deciding to be part of this that they gave them their backup. So this is a sled that is 100% ride ready because it's only your backup if it can do the job.
And that's probably been like used the least. Right? It's in great condition because it's the backup. You don't ever fuck with that one.
At no point was the way they presented that right. And then I realized that if we're doing the things we did jump the gun a little bit.
A little bit.
It's okay though. Well, only a little bit. Just because we needed to address this. I even sent you the video about this. This
Yeah,
is
dude,
right. No,
no,
we
the
need
actual crash.
the actual crash, and the reality of the actual. Only because my the thing won't cover it. Normally,
Yeah.
I might have been like, since my the thing covers it, we'll
No,
get
we
there.
almost just skipped over it entirely. The actual the crash in the movie.
Crash in the movie.
Is pretty brutal.
It's brutal, and it happens because of faulty, like you said. Like,
Yeah, the bolt
the
snaps
was loose.
off, and
in real life, obviously, since they were using a really good
Yeah,
bobsled,
really nice
that's
one.
not a thing. So let's start with what actually happens. So in real life, the crash is most likely because the main guy, the helicopter pilot, he had pulled a shoulder, but he was dedicated to staying and
like
seeing
a
it through.
soldier would.
And so he still was going to go, but they also had another teammate who had to leave. Either he was injured or disqualified for some, technical reason. Not like he did anything wrong. Just to be very clear to the people at home.
His enlistment was up. He had to go home.
It could have been. How
It was
wild
like,
would that have
they
been?
just showed up with his rotation papers. It's like, sorry.
But so at the last minute, and I mean last minute, like they didn't even get him approved to be on the team until hours before the actual competition. Was the brother of that guy, the driver, and so he was there, and so it's most likely that the accident happened because between an injured shoulder, and so he could have
And a
made
guy
micro problems, and the guy in the back maybe not knowing the
when to lean.
he didn't do the
He
bathtub.
didn't study the turn.
He didn't do the
went in the
bathtub.
bathtub with him. I love that scene.
And so since he wasn't there for that, he maybe leaned at the wrong time.
Yeah.
There's actually a little bit of realism to that one. I hate that
I hate
when we say we're at the end and we're not. Just so that way you know. So in real life, they did have a money problem at one point, and because of the money problem, they had to do an extended stay in a hotel room, like cheap hotel room.
Yeah.
And so that's where they did most of their training because they
So
didn't have money to do
So
anything
that's
else.
legit. Them in the
I don't know if
bathtub?
that is, but I'm saying like it's very easy to understand how it could have been because they didn't
Makes
have
sense.
money to do anything else. But so yeah, in real life they had a much different reason. But the crash, like we were getting to, the movie makes you feel like that crash was brutal,
Yeah.
right? And in the movie
Like,
it
in the
looks
mov-
brutal.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's
Until you
amazing they
see-
all moved.
Until you see the real crash.
They all should be dead.
So the movie uses some footage of the real crash,
it-
like when they first flip. That's from the actual footage.
thing, and then they have like close-ups
They
of
do
their
these
helmets, like
zoom-ins,
dragging
like you
on the
see it
ground
bouncing
and
off
shit.
the ice and stuff. Those are all in movie. The reason I want to point this out is because I feel like they knew they couldn't use the real footage because people at home would have thought they were dead.
No, you sent me the footage. I was like, no, that one guy is definitely dead.
So
His-
Doris in the
His
movie,
neck?
Doris his head is like, it is slightly elevated
It's like
against the ice.
it's like pushed up against it.
If we're gonna use like parts of, we'll say the top of his ear, but on the other side of the helmet is what was hitting ice.
Is like kissing that curve.
In real life, that pilot, again, his name is not Doris, just so
Yeah.
I didn't write it down. Forgive me. I'm sorry, sir, if you listen. But so in real life, though, that guy, his head was a lot more like on top of the curve out
Yeah.
of the luge thing.
It's at a complete like L shape. I'm like, no, that's broken. He's dead.
And so again, the movie slows it down. It's a slow-mo wreck, and the real wreck takes longer
Than the
to
slow-mo.
watch than the slow motion wreck.
No, it's so brutal. They're doing great, right? They're coming down the thing, and they go around this big like horseshoe fucking curve, and he goes up way too high and just straight down falls, and they don't stop. They just keep going for like a full 30 seconds, just dragging
Through the other curve. Through another curve.
smashing into the fucking thing.
Well, and again, like in the movie, again, they might still want you to think there's another curve, but you don't see it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but in this, fully, like they go into a curve the opposite direction.
Yeah,
so they
head
start
first.
slapping the other part of their bodies against
their
ice.
fucking heads all smash into the wall at one
Well,
point.
it's the heads, and then they slap the other side, so
Right?
that way their whole body is like jerked around
Oh,
after
it's so
that.
fucking brutal, dude.
It is a wild thing, and
That was almost my thing after you sent me that video. I was like, they're all dead. There's no way nobody walked away
well,
from
and
this.
then the one thing before we get to my thing, since we did this so this is because we were just having so much fun
Yeah.
that we forgot to talk about this part of it,
the
right? Like we were like,
brutality of
yeah.
it.
But so the thing is, in the movie, they have their triumphant moment after the accident, and they pick it up and they carry it to the finish line. In real life, it was still triumphant. The
Yeah,
dude
no,
is,
like they're still
the dude
there,
is,
like
well, and
fist
he's walking
bump.
in front and he's shaking people's
Yeah, there's
hands,
just
and
some people pushing the.
but there are the
sled, right?
service guys you see running that Derice stops. Derice literally stops him. He's like, no.
One of them falls on her ass in the actual video. It's
Yeah.
so funny. He's running and he just full.
Well, because he's freaked out.
He's
dude.
like, they're dead. He's
Yeah.
like me. He's like, no, they're dead.
But so in the movie though, like you see those people run up and Derice is like, back the fuck up.
No,
We're gonna pick it up.
I've got this.
In real life, what definitely would have happened though is that those people had to medically clear.
Yeah, they're like,
people.
I don't give a fuck. Stay where the hell
Yeah.
you are. I got to see if you're okay.
And so then they slide it down the ice. Now, though, I will say I did see that there's at least a possibility that even though we don't see footage of it,
Yeah.
in real life, they did, the actual team did pick it up themselves after that. Like, you know, like the people helped them push it past where the finish line was.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. The timer stops once you
Oh,
fall.
does it?
Well, it's disqualification, right? Think about it.
That's nice. At least the timer didn't keep going, and then
No.
it finally stopped when they go through. It's like 8 minutes.
It's like It's not disqualification. You just get like this, like you're automatically at the bottom.
yeah, like you crashed.
Yeah. But so then it just, because again, like they do several runs, like you saw
Yeah.
in the movie. So like then they just take like this obscenely low thing and they have to like rate it against your other scores. But so like they, in real life though, they did pick it up, the team, to move it off of the track, which in real life is not normally something the team would do.
Yeah, they have like people for that.
And so it's like there's a little bit of truth, but the movie definitely makes it feel like,
I felt bad just saying that. It's like, oh, well, they have people for that. Pick up my bobsled.
but you know, like the movie definitely gives you like that triumphant.
Oh no, I wish it
dramatization
actually
moment.
happened that way. That's so much better. They're like, no, we've got this.
Okay,
We're gonna go across the finish line, hell or high water, right?
Now's the point where I have to say, I think I hated that we did this the wrong way, but I also feel like this works really well for the setup for My The Thing.
Yeah.
So My The Thing is that, and this is the part, like I'll say, we've already talked about this. We did not need the super Disneyfication that we got.
No,
Right?
I would almost actually.
Well, yeah, this is the
Like,
part we've
I-
already said. The story
It's been
before
like
would have been
30
better.
Years. You think we could
I think we
revisit
could-
this?
I think it could be made like the actual story.
Yeah.
And I think it's overdue. If
It really
anything.
is. I feel like we could actually do like an honest interpretation of this.
But so,
and it would
like,
be great.
The reason that the over Disneyfication didn't need to happen on top of that is just that, like, yes, like we have already said, there was a compelling story. Yes, there's real history that could have been told. Yes, there's this. Yes, there's that. But it's just like it goes so much more beyond all of it, because again, like there's representation here that matters.
Yeah.
They were, yes, the first Jamaican team, but on top of that, the things that they don't talk about, even like, okay, we get to the end, we could have done what was it? October Sky, right?
Yeah.
The movie was fictitious, but the end gives us the real summary.
Yeah.
We
of what
could have even
happened.
done that, but even this has like words.
Yeah,
it
but
gives
it's
you
like,
text.
oh.
That's not real. That's still fake.
They're like,
stuff.
oh, they finished last, but they came back the next Olympics as equals or
So,
something.
and that's a little bit true, but like they didn't even give justice to the real team after that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand Disney maybe didn't want to pay people. We're not even going to address that, but that's definitely what happened here.
Past them.
Well, it's definitely what happened. We're just not
Oh,
going to.
my money.
We're just not going. We're not going to keep addressing. But so, like, even beyond that, they could have done the end without mentioning names,
Yeah.
but still told us the real history, right? They
Right.
could have said the real Jamaican team.
Show the Miracle on Ice movie. They at the end credits they had like the actual headlines in the credits showing like what actually
Well, yeah,
happened.
like we said, also October Sky.
Yeah,
Real,
same
it's
thing.
Real
Yeah,
camera
it
footage
was
of
like
the
we really
real
could have
people.
done it.
We could have done something to give real credit, because the guy who was the real driver, he kept going. He did this for more years. He was all about it.
He did it the first time because he was ordered, but he was like after that he was
just
like,
kept
"This
going.
is awesome. I'm going to keep going."
Well, and you know like I said, the reason why we didn't need the over Disneyfication is because also that guy, he cared. And I don't mean like he cared about bobsledding. I don't mean he cared about trying to win a gold medal. He cared about the representation. not only were they the first Jamaican bobsledding team, he was the first black driver
Oh
of a
yeah.
bobsled ever. He is still the person who holds the record for like some kind of speed by a black driver. Like, it is outrageous the amount of representation that Disney got
I was going to
rid of.
say, I was like, you think Disney would want to
No,
promote
modern
that?
Disney would.
Oh yeah, that's right.
In '93, Disney was money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money. That's right.
But yeah, that's what
Again,
I'm saying, though.
why I say we need to redo
We
this.
do, but so yeah, but like that to me, like in a movie that is fake selling the triumphant moment of carrying the bobsled across,
Yeah.
we had a guy who was truly triumphant. He actually, okay, so that guy, they went to the Olympics not knowing how many people were backing them because in the bobsled community.
Yeah, it's the
Well-
80s. It's not like they have the internet. Like you're in like a little bubble.
Well, that's the actual Olympics. I mean, like before they got there, they didn't know how much the bobsled community were backing them because they didn't know that there were that many people that knew Jamaica was trying or that they cared until they got there and they got given a bobsled and they got everybody actually wanted them there.
Big giant Russians are being like Jamaica.
But then again like you were saying, yeah, once they got there, and it's still like that today, like with cell phones and stuff, because they're not allowed to have a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like today, it's still like that. When they get there, you're in like the Olympic bubble. You don't
yeah.
know what's going on in the real world. And so it was still like that. They didn't know how much of the world was cheering on Jamaica. So when they crashed, he literally felt like he lit down
Everybody.
because he didn't know how many people were
Yeah,
already
rooting for
cheering him on.
Yeah.
And so he felt like at that moment he lit down not Jamaica, like he felt like he lit down the black community. He's been on record as saying he felt like when that happened, it made the world think that the African American descendant people could only be good at strictly athletic sports and not
Yeah.
anything that needs mechanical
Yeah,
assistance.
no, like
not
skill
a race,
based.
not this, not where you're pushing a thing and jumping, like where the
Yeah.
thing has. And he felt that, and so like to me, the movie
Missed
did
opportunity.
did a
right?
disjustice
Yeah.
to that. Because to me, like I'm not black. I'm not African American. I don't have
Really?
Shut up. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it to be like that. You know what
There's
I'm
some
saying.
people who are just listening. They're not watching.
But even, dude, I don't think it matters. I think they can still hear.
You're the whitest sounding black guy I ever met.
Yeah,
man.
like at best, that's what they might have. But what I'm saying is like, you hearing that story and understanding what he felt
Yeah.
and thought was going on in the moment that he wrecked, that he could have died.
Yeah, no, he
thought-
should have died.
His thought still wasn't on that. His only thought was, I lit
I let
down
everybody
my
down.
people. To me, the over Disneyfication, and they did it because they thought like maybe they were again making a better story, making a better.
It's got to
That's
play
the
in
better
middle
story.
America,
To me,
right?
the better story playing to America is that saying that you're trying to do a thing to represent everybody who can't do it, and you thought you lit those people down.
yeah.
That,
I mean, to us, sure. But to
That's-
an executive, they're going to be like, I don't know.
no, whatever, dude.
Is that going to get them off their
Shut up.
tractor?
Shut up. I hear those words right now, me and you saying, like, I'm giving myself goosebumps talking about that raw emotion and the level of what was going on there. Disney messed up.
They did. That's why I was being.
Yeah, I know. I know what you were doing. I know what
Disney
you were doing.
executive being
I
like,
know what you were doing.
I don't know.
I get it.
This deep emotional story. I don't know if it's going to really play.
And I get what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying is that, and again, like you already pointed
let's
out.
soften it and
no, I don't
you
even need to
know,
know.
Get
What
that
I'm-
out of the way.
What I'm saying is that even like you even mentioned it. Today they know better. Today they understand that like if you're telling that kind of deep resonant story, it doesn't matter about anything else. It
Yeah.
really is going to sell more tickets. What I'm saying is they missed the mark because the person didn't understand what would sell tickets.
Yep.
They didn't understand that they didn't need to make the story softer
Yeah.
to sell tickets.
Babyfy it.
Right?
I
Like
guess.
they didn't need to make it
They never
lesser
see
than.
the Jackie Robinson fucking story, right?
We- let me see the struggle. Let me see the triumph.
let me see the fight.
Let me know the inner turmoil that guy felt in
Right.
the moment. Don't make it
That
seem-
makes the triumph at the end, like, well, we still crossed the finish line,
Well,
even better because he's like, I fucked up.
Well, what I'm saying is even beyond that, because that's what I'm saying. Like, let me know that when we see the triumphant thing, know that that guy thought he failed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how much more does it make the triumph feel like important and
Yeah.
bold and big when you know that the guy who's doing that thing that you think is triumphant thinks that it's a failure
like thinks
moment.
he fucked
He
up.
thought he screwed up when everybody else in the world thought, man, those guys, the fact that they even showed up in the first place, the fact that you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they missed the mark so bad.
Yeah.
You know, Disney is not known as the company that's winning Oscars. I feel like they could have gotten John Candy his first Oscar.
Yeah, they really could have. And that's
by making that the real, like, by letting us know that that guy thought he failed his community.
Yeah.
He failed the global community.
Everybody.
And then he gets, and then
he
he find
goes
out that the whole world
Yeah,
has
and he
actually
goes
felt
home-
the opposite.
He goes home and he sees it in the paper. He gets like the
Well,
hero's welcome
he
and shit.
gets
And
to
he's
see-
like, but I fucked up.
Well, no, like
You know?
he gets to see that his wife recorded the part. Because, like, remember, like, they didn't hear that the people announcing wore the shirts.
Yeah,
We
no.
see
Yeah,
that
we see that.
as
They don't.
the viewer. They don't know that's what I'm saying. Like, he had no idea
Until maybe
anything.
until like months later, probably, if he ever found out at all.
The movie just, the over Disneyfication. Like, it was wrong in every aspect, but, like, it's super wrong because I feel like they thought the Disneyfication would have made them more money.
Yeah. I feel like they would have got like maybe they might not have made more money, but it would have got more critical accolades.
No,
right?
listen to me right now. They would have made more money because in 2016, instead of being paired with Snow Dogs,
Yeah,
this movie would have been re-released special edition with director's commentary, with all kinds of other stuff.
Complete 4K fucking redo.
Do you understand what I'm saying now? Like,
that's a good point.
Disney messed up because they would have probably made equal to more money at the time it released, but over the generations.
So we can agree, real story, way better movie
Yes.
than. As good as this is,
I love that
we could have done more.
I love this because normally, you know me, that would the thing would have just been the exact words you said.
Yeah.
It would have just been like, we could have had a better movie, right? Like, that's normal.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have I said that? We could have had a better movie. I'm not even saying that. Like, the Disneyfication specifically is my problem, but yes, the Disneyfication definitely
held it back
to what could have been.
This could.
They thought they were making the better movie. They thought the real story wasn't the better movie.
Yeah.
They were so wrong.
very wrong. And you could have even changed some shit. Like, it still could have had funny.
No, like you
bits.
said, like you mentioned earlier,
like
where they could have been from the military. They could have been the.
But they're the kind of reject guys.
But it still gives
like,
you
like
enough-
oh, the helicopter pilot that's crashed 5 times, you
They
know,
could've given
and
us-
he's a little jittery on the stick.
Just enough.
Yeah,
Just enough that it was better.
It would have been fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been 30 years. We'll sit down. We'll write it. We'll figure it out. We'll produce it ourselves. We'll call, the people that we've talked to.
I agree. We should.
We know a couple directors and film people. We could pitch this.
Kind of. I don't know if they're gonna make this kind of movie, but
They can help us point us to the
hopefully
people
somebody's
who could.
listening right now and they hear us. How many times do we do this?
No.
People,
Oh no.
go listen to our
Somebody's
episodes.
just gonna steal it.
No, it's not
Damn.
that. No, stop. We need to keep we need to keep being hopeful that they'll hear us and actually reach
do
out
it,
like we
yeah.
keep saying they should.
I just want to do it. If somebody else does it, that's fine. But I'd like to do it.
All right, and we forgot to even mention this time. Well, I think Bo alluded to.
I was like, I
you
know a
used the
three.
wrong
I know
age.
a
You said-
3-year-old that knows this
But
movie.
she's 5. That's
oh,
why.
is she really? She's
Yes.
so small.
I know.
She's starting school this year. You
Yeah.
know that.
Right.
She does look like a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
That's a perfect little brother statement to make.
Mhm.
So, though, we have Jack here talking about the movie. He's here to be the little critic that he is. What did you think about Cool Runnings, sir?
It was good.
Yeah. Well,
You
yeah,
you should watch it because it's got a good theme song. The
Oh, they're
yeah,
you mean
yeah,
they're
Bob,
feel the rhythm,
feel the rhythm,
feel the rhyme. Get on up.
It's
It's
bobsled
time. I appreciate so much the three of us doing that. That's gonna be great, guys. Yes, though I agree, bud. It's a good movie. It's really great.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you liked it. I'm
Uh,
glad to know that it still
Resonates through the
resonates with a younger
generations.
audience. Yes.
There's a part where they're in Jamaica. That's the beginning.
Yes.
I'm doing the setting.
You good?
Go for it.
Jamaica, and then in the middle, we're starting going into the snowy Canada.
Yeah. Do you know where they were?
Canada.
Good,
Good
job, dude.
Hell yeah.
And at the end, they crashed,
Yes.
and then they had to hold the bobsled to the finish.
You're right. They did. They did.
That's
Did you
like
think they died?
no. They
You-
didn't.
you sure?
You didn't see that crash?
You
and be
got
like,
guy's
everyone's
head
dead?
bounces off the ice, dude. You didn't think?
No.
Did you at least think he got really hurt?
Yes.
So then you were still surprised to see him stand up.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
hold
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's at least
That's
what we were.
fair,
That's
I
that's
guess.
at least what we were getting to.
I-
It looks way worse than what the movie shows.
Oh, he's not seeing the actual footage.
No, I'll
has he?
show him that later.
Oh,
yeah,
wait
yeah.
till you see the actual crash.
They got
The break the
yeah,
ice.
Yeah.
We did forget to mention
yeah,
that
we
one.
did. We didn't
We talked
mention
about so
that.
many
and
fun
they
things.
licked the ice cream.
Yeah, because how did they train him to deal with the cold?
Go in an ice cream machine that was
The ice cream
like
truck.
ice cream truck.
The ice cream machine is.
It's only
Okay.
Dougie Doug though. They only put him in there. The rest of them don't have to go hang out
Well,
in the ice cream truck.
They might have They just didn't make the montage.
He doesn't. They don't have the hair.
Yeah.
To do the funny snap thing. Yeah.
Ow! That
I'd be
hurt.
pissed, dude. You know how long it probably took him to grow them dreads and just
Yeah.
snapping them off.
Yeah.
All right, so on that end though, you said you really liked that. Now, how did it make you feel? Like what was the feeling inside when you see them lift that thing up and start walking with it?
I feel like they should have a medal.
Should have got a medal anyway.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted him to say because when we were watching it, that's what he kept saying to me. He was like, "Did they still get a medal?" And I said, "No."
There's no participation
Well,
trophies in the Olympics, man.
And the movie even covers that in the beginning, right? When he says to the guy who's in charge of the Olympic Committee,
Oh yeah.
it wasn't
If you
fair.
crash-
He
If
fell
you- yeah.
and he told the guy, "I should get a redo."
it's not fair.
And the
Yeah.
guy said, "What did that guy tell him though?" He said,
We can't do redos.
"We can't redos. Sometimes it's just like that. It's
Yep,
not
it's
fair."
not
That's
fair.
mad.
And but again, what you're missing is that I'm trying to tell you is that's what the ending was for. The ending was to remind you, just like that guy said, no
Mind
matter
blowing.
how things turn out, and we might like a trophy or
Yeah.
an award because they deserved it. No
Yeah.
one's denying they deserved
Hey,
it,
a
but it
ti-
doesn't change that they can't get it.
A tie's just you got to do it all over again.
In the
See?
Olympics, ties don't mean that because in the Olympics, bud, and you see it in this movie, they raced more than one time, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And so in the Olympics, they'll take 3 different race times, average
Average it
them
out.
out, and then that's how they
Oh, the
determine
time when they get
when they finish.
like, it looks like they were between, but it was like couple milliseconds.
Yeah.
Well, they were, especially their takeoff time, right? Their takeoff time, that last race, they even said
Oh, it's better than the Swedes.
it was better than almost everybody.
It was like 5. it
If
was
they
like
wouldn't
5
have
seconds
wrecked,
or
if they
something.
wouldn't have wrecked,
It
they
was-
probably would have beat.
Yep.
It was better than Switzerland.
That's what it was. Switzerland, not Sweden.
Bye,
That's my mother's
guys.
Oh, Jack's done.
See
Are you done?
you Maybe next week.
And this week we also had our other little critic. She's not been here for a long since the kids month. Jack's
yeah,
made a
since
couple of
the-
special appearances, but
Chipmunk movie was
Yeah.
the last one she was on.
no,
wasn't it?
no, the whole month. Chipmunk was like the first of that
Oh,
one.
was it?
Yeah. or was it?
I don't know. We did a lot of kids.
We did a lot of kids movies. I think Chipmunks might have been the beginning though.
Although to be fair, we've done quite a few this month too. We did Rocket Man this one.
We did Disney. That doesn't mean kids. We need to stop.
Disney adults are valid too.
We're stealing her thunder. Willow, what did you think?
Hey, dude.
You like this movie?
Yeah.
What'd you like about this movie?
I when that hair.
You like the hair break moment too?
Yeah.
I think that I was a kid,
Yeah,
not
that's
as young as you. Bo was probably closer to your age when this one
those
came
were my
out.
favorite parts.
Yeah, I think you're right. Bo was definitely your age. 5.
93. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 5. Yeah.
Bo was your age when he saw this
Yeah.
movie the first time.
Yeah.
we were the same age.
I when them one with that shit and shit that thing in line.
When they run across the finish line.
Yeah.
Oh, in the beginning with the toilet paper? Yeah, you liked the race. She liked the mock race. In the very beginning,
Was it just the toilet
she
paper?
laughed at the toilet paper being the
They
thing they
needed
used.
a ribbon to
Yeah,
run across.
Why them naughty and paint it red and black?
Paint it red.
And
Because they only
black?
had toilet paper. They just used what they had.
We
What?
don't draw it.
You can still
it.
draw on it.
Yeah, I guess so. Could have took a marker
Those
to it.
those kids could have put a little bit more effort into it.
It's true.
You're right.
Maybe them may not have so much time.
And maybe they didn't have enough. I think you're
Yeah.
right. Maybe they didn't because he wasn't even gonna do it.
Yeah.
He was on his way to the actual race, so they might not have had enough time. They were like, "He's gonna leave. We need to do this."
Yeah, he was just being nice and let him set up a rope for him.
Yeah.
Anything else you
Yeah.
want to say about the movie?
I win them one at that. Not at that, but then I
At
tried
the
that.
end when they pick it up,
Yeah. pick
Yeah.
it up and win.
you're good. I agree. We all agree. Bubby said the same thing.
Yep, it's a good part of the movie.
Daddy talked about that a lot. There's a lot of emotion
I
in that
like
one.
that theme song.
The theme song to the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song.
I want to say it right now, but I forgot that one.
Oh, again, not the theme song. You're just like your brother. You like the song they sang. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Yay!
That was perfect, baby girl.
Yeah.
You done?
But I think.
You think?
you think?
Tell me.
Ponder it for a second.
I don't know why them naughty and dip that them metal.
Why they didn't get a medal?
Yeah.
Well, because they didn't win.
But that he
But they did, yeah.
everybody but job and metal. Oh, they
Everybody who
not
does a
win.
good job should get a medal, and they did a good
Yeah.
job.
Pro participation trophy.
That's
This-
all.
You good?
I all done.
Okay.
I love you, friend. Make sure to like and subscribe on the podcast.
Good
Yeah.
job. All right, guys. I know that I promised you guys we'd have a more forthright episode, and we did do a lot better. We definitely maybe forgot our place a couple of times.
It's fine. I blame.
No, overall, I would still say much more coherent
Yeah.
than last week.
But alcohol does what alcohol does.
Well, and that's why we do the alcohol. It's so that way this stays more real. There is no way the people at home right now
Yeah.
don't feel like they got our real take
Yes.
on this.
we need to just stop drinking 2 hours before
Well,
we
we did
start
today.
recording.
It was only
I was
like,
talking about the last.
I
few
know,
weeks.
no, those ones were bad. Today we did about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We were
This
just
is
the right level.
This is the way we need to do it from now on.
We just need. I think today it was just that we were so out of practice because of the last
Yeah.
couple that we forgot how we needed to do
Oh, I don't know how to do my job. Shit.
it. Oh, but on that, to the beer.
Fantastic.
Goddamn Sawstone, you guys knocked it out
All
of
right,
the park.
I changed my opinion on like spicy beers because fuck
This
the
was good, I
nacho
told
bait
you.
one was so rough.
Well, that one I'm gonna say this now.
I didn't believe you. I was like, you're lying.
No, that one I feel like they added capsaicin.
yeah, no,
after.
like straight
Right,
heat.
like they finished the brew process and they were like, it's not spicy, and added
Added
capsaicin.
it. Yeah,
This is what happens. Like normally when you brew a beer with jalapenos, like in the brew, in the mash or whatever,
Yeah.
you know, like this is what you get. There's no heat. There's like a tingle. You can tell there's spice.
Yeah.
You don't feel hot. There's no heat.
It's in the back of your throat. It's like a warm.
Well, and even then, like
Back
it's perfect, and it's the kind of thing that more breweries should do, because like once you get drunk enough, you feel that tingle, and you're like, I'm gonna take another drink. I'm gonna take another drink.
It's always
You're
like
chasing. You're chasing to get rid of the tingle,
yeah.
and then you forget that the tingle comes after the drink, and then you take another drink.
I think they're holding themselves back. Everybody tries to use like habaneros and stuff. Like there are more flavorful chilies. Give me an ancho, or like a smoked poblano
now
chili IPA.
Habanero made sense for this one because habanero has
And mango,
a mango
yeah.
flavor profile, so that's why you would do that. Yeah.
Give me a
They were smart.
strawberry and ancho chili, like smoky, like one of those tart things from the Gadget
Yeah.
people. You know what I'm talking about? Like one of those. That would probably be really good.
That's Urban Artifact, who I do believe
Yeah,
is also the same people who made Spinosaurus, who we said did mango wrong. So maybe
Yeah, there
they
you go.
should take
There's an
this
idea
note.
for you. Ancho chilies and strawberries. Smoke them and then have at it. It'll be great.
All right, though. I think we're done with that. Bo, what are we drinking next week?
Next week, we're going to do some Hellhound IPA from, again, Sawstone, because they just did a bunch this month.
That we've got more, and we may not do. Well, we will do them, but might be later. But yeah, we're gonna
Do the SpongeBob movie?
No, we're gonna do Man's Best Friend, since we did Cujo, and I said then that there are plenty of other movies that fit that
Yeah.
maybe better than, well, not better.
I immediately went
differently than Cujo.
I immediately went to Hellboy because I was like, there's Hellhounds in that. And I was like, oh, fuck.
we've
we
done
already-
Hellboy.
We already
Yeah,
did
yeah.
that. We haven't done the second one,
No.
but there's no Hellhounds in that one.
But yeah, so it's gonna be fun. Come back, see us then. Bo, before we leave, do you want to tell people anything? We've talked a lot about history today.
Thinking.
Is there anything you want to tell them
possibly-
about history?
I really want you all to go check out my other channel, Kentucky Fried Chronology. Me and my friend Chuck talk about history. We just did Diogenes, the Greek cynic who lived in a jar and threw shit at people. So that's going to be a fun episode when you all get to listen to it. So check that out. But more importantly, like, comment, subscribe to this one. And we're out of beer. Show's over. Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. I don't know what else to do. Hit the camera, turn it off.
I got this. Cool runnings.
Yay!